Although marathoning series is one of my favorite things to do, with new books constantly being added to my TBR, I've got a bit of a problem and I've started far too many series. So throughout this year, I've been trying to get that list down. We actually started the year with 77 currently read series, and in this episode, we are starting off at 38 currently read series. There's a little twist in today's vlog, and I will have booktubers picking what I read. I have no idea what I'm reading. They have access to my series spreadsheet. They send me a little video saying what book I'm going to read. I'm going to react to that video with you, and then I'm going to read that book, and we're going to hopefully get that series number down just a little bit more in this episode. Okay, for my first booktuber, I ended up deciding to, go with my comfort zone. Ask someone who I know kind of knows what I've been reading lately, what I've been liking lately, someone everyone knows and loves on my channel. So I went with Mel, who is like my booktube bestie. Like, we are booktube twins at this point. Let's figure out what she's going to get for me. I am hoping, I am praying to the Mel god. You hear? You hear me. She is nice to me and picks the third book in the Bone season because she knows I literally just finished the second book and was freaking out about it. So this is what I'm hoping she picks for me, and kind of why I picked her first, because I was like, there's a chance. But also, she could go rogue. She could pick whatever she wants. There could be something on this list she's been dying for me to try. So I really have no clue what she's about to give to me, and that's scary. Also, look at this one piece of hair that I missed. Oops.
Hi, hello. Thank you so much for letting me choose a book for you for Reader DNF. I love the series. It's one of my favorites that you do, so I'm pretty excited to have some power right now. I was looking through your spreadsheet, and there were a lot of really good options. There were two different ways I could go. I could pick a book that I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy, but also is a little selfish because it gets me to our buddy read of a book faster. Or I could pick a book that was shorter that would help you get down a series pretty quickly and also let me know if I should read it. One of them is a significantly meaner option. So I decided I was gonna be nice because the next time you pick a book for me, I want you to remember this moment. And that is going to be The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon. I know that you are really enjoying your binge through this series, so I want to help you continue that. And I loved Mask Falling and cannot wait for you to get to it. I think you're gonna love it too. It's my favorite book in the series so far, and I've really enjoyed my reread of this, so I hope it continues to be a win for you. I was gonna consider Rivaled Crown by Holly Renee, but that one felt a little bit meaner, so I'm gonna go with one that I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy.
I kind of feel like I cheated the system there. Like, there was a strong chance she was picking this for me because she's been talking to me, obviously. I will like to say I had texts. I told her, pick whatever. I literally said, you do you. You do you. But we are planning to buddy read book 4 of this, so it does get me closer to that because it is book 3 that I'll be reading. And I've been loving this series so much that I'm so excited she picked it for me. I'm just like very invested in what's happening in this. The Bone season follows our main character in a world where clairvoyancy is bad, and she of course is clairvoyant. She has worked her entire life in the underground, but she's obviously hiding her what they call unnaturalness when she accidentally uses it at the wrong time and is seen, and they take her somewhere special and her world is flipped on its axis, and she learns a lot more about what actually is unnaturalness, why it's round, and what is going on in the streets of London that she didn't have any clue about. It's giving a little bit Six of Crows. Do not take that as a comp. Do not be like, oh, she said if you like Six of Crows, you'll like this. It's just like the vibe of like the underground gives me Six of Crows if Kaz Brecker was the bad guy in the story, because you're not supposed to root for the person in this. You root for her, but not the like Kaz Brecker style character. It's just like giving the vibe of like the gang. Like the gang is going out and doing gang things. So I very much enjoyed it. I think the world building in this is really cool with the clairvoyancy and like the different types. And I'm just like very passionate about figuring out what is going on and following these characters on their journey. So I'm very, very excited that I get to continue my marathon, because the last vlog on my channel literally has me reading the Bone season and the Mime Order back to back. Happy for a third book, which will be like another back to back to back. Let's get to reading. Oh, actually, I need to pull some tarot cards. I'm still participating in Tarot Readathon while I do this, which is hosted by Deja and Noelle. I need to pick some tarot cards for what I'm reading, and hopefully they work out, just because like I don't have control currently. So I'm gonna pick, I think 3 at this time, maybe. Well, how many books am I planning to read in this? We'll pick 3 and hopefully 1 works, okay? We'll pick this one, The Hanged Man. I don't like this one in Phasmo. This one, The Two of Swords, And this one, The Magician, that's a new one. He got a witch's hat on him. Oh my god, that is such a cute card. What are those prompts? Hopefully I can work with them. Okay, the Two of Swords is just a book with multiple POVs, so that's easy. The Magician is just to read a book with magical elements, so again, really easy for me. And then the Hanged Man is to read a book that has mixed media elements, which might be actually impossible with me not picking my reads for this. We might end up picking another one and putting this one off to the side for now, and hopefully I can just like figure something out that involves this not within this vlog. I just like don't know if I'll hit this unless there are a couple that could hit it. We will keep our eye open for those. We've made a dent. I'm 85 pages into the Song Rising. This one is half as short. I just found that out. The other books have been like 500 to 600 pages, and this one's like 300 and something pages, which is kind of wild to me, and they go back to being long again after this. So I'm a little worried about this one, because although I did say that both the other two books could have been a little bit shorter, I didn't mean this short. So we're gonna see. I'm not as obsessed with this one as I have been with the other two. I think so far this is my least favorite. I'm still really enjoying it. I'm still feeling like a 4-star. Just coming off the high that was the Mime Order and the 5-star that I gave it. Feels a little wild. I'm gonna link the last vlog I just did where tarot cards picked my TBR because I binged the first 2 books in that. So if you want to catch up, that's probably a good place to go. I'm still liking this one. I just think it's a little action-packed, but also nothing is happening at the same time. It just feels like we're going from one thing to another thing to another thing. But we are in the midst of a rebellion, and so it makes sense. Like they're trying to get ahead of the other side, and they're constantly failing at getting ahead. And they're like learning from mistakes. They're making more mistakes, things like that. So like I understand why this book exists, and I probably am gonna be happy that it's short if I'm feeling this way. Maybe that's why it's short. Maybe Samantha Shannon was smart. But yeah, I'm still really liking it. It's still so easy to listen to. Like I just keep wanting to continue listening. Like I'm so invested in this storyline, but I definitely feel like this one could be my least favorite. I don't know like what other people feel about this one. Like if you've read the Bone Season series, what is your favorite book in the series and what is your least favorite book in the series? I'm very curious about that. I will definitely be continuing on past this one. This will not help my reader DNF like get the series down at all, but as soon as this vlog is over, or oh Theo, hello, bye-bye. As soon as I can, I will read more from the series because I'm kind of just obsessed with it. It's just so cool. Like even though I'm complaining about book 3 currently, it's still so good. Like it's not a complaint as if I don't like this book. It's just like it's not as good as the last one was, which hard to top. Like that one was so good for me. I don't remember if I told you what the Bone Season is about or not, so I'm gonna edit these clips and then I'm gonna come back, and if I haven't, I will then tell you what it's about, and if I have, we'll just forget we ever heard this, right? Okay, glad we could come to a deal. I am currently just prepping for TBR swap. I have another episode of that coming in August, and I am doing someone that has a TBR jar, so I'm cutting out all my prompts for the TBR jar. So I have been listening to the audiobook while I've been doing this. This is definitely my least favorite in the series so far. It's giving Mockingjay Part 1, which has me excited because does that mean the next book gives Mockingjay Part 2 and I love Mockingjay Part 2? You know? But I just feel like it's a lot of like finding information out that is going to help the rebellion, but also finding information out that's going to hinder the rebellion. We're really seeing the stages of the rebellion happen. I am swinging scissors around. Oops. This is why I can't do things with things in my hand. I am excited to continue the series. I actually today decided to purchase the entire hardcover set of the series so far, which I do also plan on trying to get the Illumicrate editions that are going on sale soon. So I'm gonna have 2 copies of this series, which obviously means I liked it. So this definitely is not helping me get down a series because I will not be DNFing this series, but I will be one closer to being caught up on the series when I'm done this. Which of course is always a good thing. I don't really have a lot to update you on. That's really all I wanted to say. I wanted to tell you that it's giving Mockingjay Part 1 because I feel like everyone understands that reference because Hunger Games is such a deeply core story for a lot of our generation. Oh, I have a cat. If there is something that I love, it's a rebellion story. I enjoyed the second half of this quite a bit more than the first half. The second half, the conversations we were having, the discussions, this book was really showing the realities of a rebellion, the realities of war. It was heartbreaking. So many scenes, so many metaphors, so many moments of realization for our character when she was just like, I'm getting so many people killed. Because that's what happens in a rebellion. If you are the leader, you are making decisions and choices that end up having others face the consequences and being inside someone's head as they figure all that out. This book gave Katniss. Like, this book gave Katniss and Mockingjay. It also made me realize that I'm starting to feel this way about the series that I did in the Aurelian Cycle, with just like the discussion on a rebellion and what it means and how there are different ways to fight for it and things like that. I love a rebellion story. I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, favorites: Fireborn, The Hunger Games, The Poppy War. I need to read more things like this that just like deep dive into all of the little nuances. I need to get to book 4 ASAP. I don't know if any other booktuber is going to pick this for me. So it might be a while, but I am dreaming of book 4. I teared up at the end of this book when they talk about the final 2 seals to pull apart. The writing in this is beautiful. I think I've seen it improve every single book for sure, but like the amount of metaphors, the way names hold things in this, how expansive this world building is, it's probably too much at sometimes. Like, I definitely have to trust the process a little bit in it. There are some times where I am definitely confused about something and I just have to be like, okay, trust the writing to remind me as I continue reading, and we'll circle back to something if it really matters. This is fabulous. Like, I love this story more than I thought I was going to. I think I'm gonna give this a 4-star. If I had to get technical for all of you who like half ratings, a 4.5. I think the first half just dragged a little too much. The second half had so much nuance to everything that I'm just utterly obsessed and can't wait to continue. So a 4-star from me. That means we have another booktuber to pick. I have asked another person. I asked Alexis, who is someone new to me. I found her through Escape the Readathon hosted by Lexi, and we actually have a decent amount in common for romantasy, so I'm very intrigued to see what she's going to pick. If you don't follow Alexis already, please check her out. I will leave everyone's channel. Every booktuber who has kindly sent me a video and picked me a book will be down below. Let's react. I have no idea what she's gonna pick for me. I actually have no idea. Like, Mel, I had a theory because she knew I was obsessed with this and we were planning to buddy read the 4th book together. I was like, oh yeah, she's probably gonna pick this for me, which is kind of why I felt like I rigged it a little. But Alexis, no clue. Like, she could pick me whatever. There's some romantasy on here that she could pick. There's a couple horror thrillers that she could pick. So I'm excited and nervous.
Hello. First of all, I have to say thank you so much, Cassidy, for asking me to be a part of your next Read or DNF episode. This is definitely one of my favorite series that you do. It is so motivational to see where you started at the beginning of the year and how much you've already been able to get your TBR down. I wish I could say the same about myself, but we're not here to talk about me. We are here to pick your next book, and I am so excited. Of the series you're currently in the middle of, there is a lot of romantasy and a lot of books I have never read. We have very different reading tastes. I am much more of a horror girly, but the romantasy that I have read, all of those recommendations have come from you and I've loved them. And I know we have a lot of favorite horror books in common. This series on your list, I have read the first one and I really, really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. You only gave it 3 stars. So I'm hoping the sequel of the Into the Darkness series, Caught Up, goes a lot better for you. I haven't read the second one yet, which is why I'm picking it for you. I want you to read it and let me know if it's worth my time. And no matter if you end up finishing or DNFing, it's the last book currently out in the series. So at least at the end of the video, that's an entire series you get to cross off of your list. I was trying to be strategic with my pick. I hope the second one goes better for you than the first one, and happy reading.
Miley's trying to get me to play with her little bumblebee so badly. If I dangle it right here, will she jump for it? I don't think she's going to. I was not expecting not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but not that. But I am excited about this. I actually read the first one this year already, and I enjoyed it. It was a 3-star, but like I did enjoy it. I thought the smut was fun, and I thought like the concept was fun. This is kind of a dark romance with a lot of humor, and I'm excited for the second one because I liked the character that this follows. It's like a series of romance standalones, kind of similar to like Butcher and Blackbird with like some dark humor to it. But I also haven't heard the best things about Caught Up, so we will see. But I'm excited, and this will be a pretty quick read for me. And I did forget to say that the Song Rising did not get my series list down, so we are still at our starting number of 36 currently reading series, but this one will make a dent no matter what, as Alexis said, so that is exciting. People are really trying to hold me accountable here. Wait, I also forgot Tarot Readathon. I think I am gonna stretch is it The Hangman? I think it was, that was mixed media, because within the Song Rising there's like interludes, and some of them are like poems and stuff that are written, so I think I'm gonna stretch the mixed media prompt and count it for that, just because literally I don't have control of my TBR and I can't really just like be like, I'm gonna read a mixed media book. There is a little bit of mixed media, but not enough that I personally would normally count it, but I'm gonna count it for Tarot Readathon for this one now. Okay, so I'm 40% into Caught Up. I am flying through this one. I think this needs to come down just a little bit. This one is a second chance romance, which is obviously different than the first one, but we still have those stalker vibes in it as well, which I kind of like. The man we've met in book 1, he is the mafia cousin that we meet, and I liked him in book 1. I thought he was funny, and I'm happy that his humor has came into this book as well. Sometimes I feel like when you're in the head, you end up losing the humor, but I feel like his dry sense of humor has really still hit it off for me, and I've really been enjoying it. And then she is essentially like running her own like OnlyFans. It's called Me For You, and she makes a lot of money off of porn videos and things like that. And she's also fighting for sex work and the rights for it. I think that they are doing a really good job of showing some nuance in that discussion, because sex work is an industry that people look down upon. It's an industry that people shame, and they've definitely discussed that. It's also an industry that embraces your kinks and your differences, and an industry that can make a lot of people feel seen, and they've really discussed those things. And then they've also had elements of discussing the downside of it, which is creepers. There was just a scene that I thought was really well done, but also had so much humor to it about a cannibal kink and blocking that person, and I thought that was well done, just like kind of discussing the creepiness. I would like a little more discussion, which we could get in the book, about how the industry has often been used to prey on women more, but I think that we've done a very good job of showing the good of the industry and lifting it up. I think it's an industry that needs to be talked about more and appreciated more, because it is such a beautiful industry in my opinion. That, I mean, tell me someone who hasn't watched a video like this online. I would be shocked if you could name one person who has not gone to a site like this. Maybe not OnlyFans, but a place where you can watch these things. So I think it's an industry that is shamed for very little reason, and I would love to see that change. So I think that the discussion of like fighting for its rights was very beautiful as well. I'm actually really enjoying this. There's also so much humor in it. I think the side characters, like her friends, are hilarious. I really like them. There is some representation with this as well. There is a non-binary character, and I'm actually very shocked by how much I am enjoying this and how I am vibing with their romance. It is second chance. They had a 2-week love affair in high school, and then something happened that catapulted both of their lives in different directions essentially, and she has some trauma from it, and I'm really liking watching their romance unfold. I might be a second chance romance when it comes to high school love. I need to read more, but I think I could be, because I feel like I understand the idea of something happening in high school that is like pulling you apart and then coming back together later in your life once you're like more established in who you are. So I'm actually shocked by how much I'm enjoying this one. I probably won't update you again till I'm done, just because there's not much ever to discuss in these books. They do have a lot of smut. This one is a little sexual heavy. There is is a lot of jokes about sex because of what her and her roommates do, and we get to see like a lot of snippets into their lives and things that they do for their sites and things like that, which I've liked to see because I feel like it's an opening of doors into something like that where we actually get to see like what it truly is like, and it's not all just like fun and games. There's like a lot of hard work that gets put into this industry that people like look over. I definitely prefer her POVs than his POVs. He's a little brooding, which I do like, but I am laughing a lot in her POVs because I really enjoy her friendship with her friends, and I like her internal monologue. Like her talking about being possessed by a naughty nun was so funny to me. Yeah, so I think I'm enjoying this one more than the first one actually, which is surprising because there's a lot of bad reviews for this one. I have to think of my thoughts on Caught Up a little bit. I literally just finished like a second ago. I was sitting here listening to it and I just hit record the second it finished, so I'm not like fully thought through. I'm torn between a 3.5 and a 4. I actually liked this one better than Lights Out, which is a hot take apparently. I was looking at reviews and I was like, oh, a lot of people really didn't. But I also saw a lot of reviews about her wokeness writing this one, and I'm actually kind of surprised. I feel like her writing has always been very, very inclusive. Like the whole plot of Lights Out is accepting your sexual fetishes, and it doesn't change in Caught Up as we accept a whole industry. I think the next book is also going to cover something because I think it's been set up in this final epilogue. I'm kind of sad because I was hoping we were going to get more of a mafia story and follow one of the mafia brothers, but I think we're going to go back and we're going to follow Tyler, who is the roommate in Lights Out. I stand by the fact that romance series need to be read in order. The more I read them, the more I come to this realization that I personally think that you miss out on so much nuance in a story if you read them out of order. I cannot imagine reading Caught Up without reading Lights Out and understanding that family dynamic and understanding the little inside jokes and things like that. I liked this one a lot. I think it had so much more humor. I liked the romance in it more. I liked the smut in it quite a bit. I liked what it explored in the smut. It is missing the plot that Lights Out has, so I understand, I think, why some people don't like it as much because of that, because I do think Lights Out has a little minor plot, but honestly, I didn't miss it in this one actually, because I just like really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed their personal struggles. I would love to see a mafia story where we go deep into the mafia and like we appreciate the mafia, because I feel like in these, they're a little bit more contemporary leaning. We're too scared to get the actual like bad villain man. Like these men are all still redeemable and we're a little scared to make them real mafia men, and I would love to see one that is like real mafia man, like someone doing the dirty stuff and we get to see it and like kind of like lives for it. I did like the stalking element being part of this one again, and I hope the next one has stalking. I definitely will continue the series. I've had a good time with it actually, which I believe this has me at 35 currently read series, because Caught Up has me caught up. I'm punny, huh? Laugh, please. Insert the laugh track. Which means we have to pick another book to read. I asked someone who has never been on my channel before, Happily Ever April, who reads fantasy romance. I found her channel, I think, through her anticipated releases. She always has a lot of really cool, unique fantasy romance on her anticipated releases. And she recently did a tier ranking video where our thoughts were pretty much identical for all the books that I had read. And I was like, you and me, we think alike. So when I set out to do this, I knew I wanted to ask her because she's probably read a decent amount on my list, which is always exciting. So let's see what she sent me because I have no clue.
Hey Cassidy, thanks for reaching out. I looked at the list that you sent me of all the series that you're in the middle of, and it's really funny because a lot of the books you need to read next, I need to read next too, but one stands out for me, and it's one that I'm gonna get to really soon too, and that is Throne of Ice and Blood, which is the next book in the Flames and Thorns series by Marianne Blackwood. I don't know about you, but Empire of Flame and Thorns, that ending was too much and I need to read the next one. So that's what I'm picking for you. Hope you like it. Let me know if you don't, because if not, maybe I need to skip the next one too. I hope not though. I think it's gonna be good.
I laughed in that and I realized my tongue is blue. Oops, I ate an airhead, or maybe a couple airheads before this. She picked for me the next book in the Empire Flame and Thorn series. I read this last year and just had like an absolute great time with this. I remember just like kicking my feet, like this was such an easy binge. It was a lot of fun. I actually don't remember what I gave this anymore. In my brain, it's a 4-star. Now, a bunch of my patrons did a buddy read and read book 2 as soon as it came out. I have not. I've been very hesitant. I've heard it's kind of different, which makes sense because like, yes, that ending was like, oh my god. odd. It definitely blew my brains out a little bit. I thought this was supposed to be a duology. I don't know if I just heard that from someone who had it wrong. Apparently it's like a 5-book long series now, and I don't know if there's enough in this for me to see a 5-book long series, but we will keep our judgment and we will read book 2 and then we will decide. I really do think that reading the second book will help me decide whether I want to continue on in the series or not, so it's a really good one. I'm hoping I love it. I don't know what it is. The longer I sat with this book, the less I wanted to read book 2, but I remember finishing book 1 and being like, I need book 2 now. It just wasn't out yet at that time, so I'm hoping my brain has just been gaslighting me. I hope that I'm just confuzzled. So let's give book 2 a try and hopefully I love it, but also hopefully maybe I don't. I never know what I'm supposed to be rooting for here. Like, am I rooting to love a series or am I rooting to DNF it so that my number gets down? I don't really know. I have started the book. I'm 10% in. I'm about to go make ramen for dinner and then I have Vampire Diaries tonight, but I wanted to just say, like, I like that this one like kicks off right where the other one ended. I like that it feels like action-packed right from the beginning. I'm definitely intrigued by everything, but I forgot how dumb our characters are. I truly just forgot. Like, she's so dumb, but she's fun to watch. Good morning. My hair is wet. I showered, got ready. We're about to go watch the new Jurassic Park before it's out of theaters with my parents and my sister, and I am definitely excited for that. I love Jurassic Park. I rewatch them like every year. It's one of my favorite movies, if not my literal favorite movie, so I'm very excited to watch the new one. I've definitely heard not so great things, but personally, like, I don't think this movie could do any wrong for me. I think I'm going to love it regardless, just because of how much I love dinosaurs. I have made a dent into the book. I'm on chapter 22. I'm about 50% in. I'm intrigued. I'm definitely interested in learning what's happening with this world and between them. I'm also finding it so dang repetitive, which the first one was as well, but because of the trials, I think I could look past that. But without the trials, I'm feeling like we're stuck in the same spot with our characters. Like, I think I remember saying, I should go back and rewatch the old vlog. I remember saying, like, I wanted a lot more character development from them and, like, to learn more about them. And I'm still feeling that way at 50%. I feel like we're really stuck in just, like, this moment with our characters and who they are. And I need to get past that a little bit. I need to dive a little bit deeper for me to really, really enjoy this story. I just feel like it's a lot of, like, why don't you do this? And then he says nothing, and, like, he definitely has, like, a mystery behind him that we need to crack, and I think I know what it is just from having read so much romantasy before, but I need it to move forward within the story. I need it to happen for our characters so that they can move forward for me to thoroughly enjoy this. Right now it's feeling like a 3-star. Like, I like it. Whenever I'm reading it, I'm really enjoying it, but I definitely can put it down to do other things, which is not, like, my favorite thing. I love when a book is so all-encompassing in my life that I have to read it at all times. That's what gives a book a 5-star feeling for me. Even a 4-star feeling is me wanting to pick it up constantly. This one is definitely a 3-star currently. I've heard the ending is good though, so I'm definitely intrigued. Like, I don't hate it. I think I will continue on in this series based on this book. Like, I'm intrigued. I've read things that do this concept a little bit better, and I'm kind of sad. I wish I had read this before I read those. So the Reign of Shadows and Endings series, the Legacy series by Melissa K. Rowick, I think does this, like, concept that's happening in book 2 of this. I don't want to spoil anything. I think it does that so well. I wish I had read this before I read that, because I'm comparing some of the scenes to each other. But overall, I'm still excited. I'm still interested, and that's always good. Hi, we got home from Jurassic the second I start talking. People do things upstairs that you can probably hear. It always happens. If you can hear it, I'm sorry. We're gonna talk through it today. We got home from Jurassic World about 2 hours ago, and I really just decompressed. I don't know how people leave their house so often. I am not made for it. I literally had to decompress from a movie. I liked the movie. I think Scarlett Johansson was the wrong cast. I think she had no emotion and no value to it. She played this the exact way she plays Black Widow, but it works for Black Widow. It does not work in a Jurassic Park movie. I also think Jonathan Bailey might not have been the right play. He maybe would have been with a better female lead, but in my opinion, he wasn't nerdy geeky enough. Like, I would have liked to see him scared in the movie movie and then like light up about geekiness, and I feel like he never portrayed scared or like geeky. I don't know, he felt like confident as he did things. Like he wasn't like so scared as they like rock climbed enough. I don't know if that makes sense. I just feel like he didn't play geeky. He played hot guy in glasses that like might care a little bit about his grades but isn't like geeking out about dinosaurs. But Scarlett Johansson was definitely the wrong cast. But I liked the story of it. It gave Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3 kind of like mixed together. I liked the dinosaurs. Also, in some ways, I kept thinking about Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous, which is a like kids cartoon that is so good. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. So I am a Jurassic Park fangirl, so like I still loved the movie. There was no chemistry between the two mains and there needed to be better chemistry. I am currently working on my thumbnails for this vlog, but I'm 65% into it. This book, I forget, Throne of Ice and Blood, I think is the title. This is a story that's kind of about our main character coming to realize things. I feel like we have known a lot of this stuff since book 1 and things are very obvious in book 2, so I'm kind of just waiting for reveals to happen. And they're not going to be like surprising to me, but obviously they're going to be like surprising to our main character. So I think it's a little bit more boring for me just because of that, because in book 1 at least we had the trials to like take me away and like help me move forward past like her just like needing to take time to come to realizations of things. But in book 2 I don't have that, so I feel like I'm really just like, girl, figure it out. Get there faster. But we definitely have some really beautiful lines in the story because it really is about power corrupting, and whoever controls power can control your knowledge and everything. Like they change it. They change history to fit their needs, anything like that. And I think that this line in this is so beautiful. If you want to control people, isolating them is really the smartest move you can make. As long as you control their food supply, their healthcare, their education, and most of all, their access to information in the outside world, it will be almost impossible for them to fight back. Does this not hit so freaking hard with how our world is right now? Do you not think about that and see all of those things being taken away from us? It's crazy, and we need to fight for them. But anyways, reading things like this, it's like escapism, but also like, damn. People who think books aren't political, they are so political. I don't think I actually ever told you what book 1 in this was about at all. We're following our main character who is a fae, and in this world the fae used to control the dragon shifters. They used to have the dragons bound so that they could use them and be like dragon riders. The dragon shifters revolted. They are now in power and they now treat the fae as lesser than them in order to get back at all their years in captivity. They now have essentially reversed it, and it's a cycle in this. And we follow her in the first book as she goes into the atonement trials, and the winner of the atonement trials gets to win their freedom because they're all locked away in a city and treated very poorly at this moment in time. So she is going to win, and she is going to go join a resistance. She's going to bring back some fae to help her take down the dragon shifters, and we watch all of that come about and what it actually means, and obviously a lot about history being corrupted in this. So I'm gonna finish this book and come back to you. I have my next book and I'm nosy and I want to look so much, but we're gonna wait till we're done this and then we'll react together and figure out what I'm reading next. I have been jamming out to Justin Bieber because his new album released 2 weeks ago now. I got Bieber fever when I was like 12 years old and it's never gone away. There were literally pictures of me out there. I don't know if I have access to them anymore, of me on a family vacation, and my dad photoshopped Justin Bieber into our family photos because my name was Casty Bieber on everything because I was going to marry him. I had a 3D poster. It like moved, had 2 poses of him. It was giant. So yeah, the Bieber fever never left me. Still here. Jamming out to Daisies and Yukon. I'm not ashamed. I've also been like listening to some old school Bieber as well. Some like unreleased tracks because everyone on TikTok is like, you're not a true Bieber fan unless you know them, and I haven't heard that song in 10 years and I can sing every single line to it. Can't compete over here. But I did finish the book. 3.5 stars, kind of what I predicted. I feel like I've read this book before, but that doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. Like I understand where the story is going and I'm excited for future installments quite a bit. I feel like this was the story for our characters. We needed her to have this part. We needed her to go through this so that we could get to the next part and it makes sense for her like journey. Not honestly my favorite story, especially because it's really just the 2 of them. I really wish we saw more side characters and had more like relationships. I think that's something I really liked about book 1 was all the side characters, but we got some twists and stuff in this. I will say this author's very good at her plot twists. I'm so excited to continue now, which for a 3-star book that has me very, very excited. Like that means that I liked enough of this, even though the book itself wasn't incredible. So we are staying at the number that we are at. Honestly, I know I made a mistake. I think I said 46 earlier down to 45, but I believe we start with 48. So I believe we're still at 47. I shouldn't say numbers. I'm doing all the math in my brain, and I've never been good at mental math. I've always been someone who has to like write it down. Like if you ask me like multiply things, I will know if you give me paper and I can just like write it down. Even if it's just as simple as writing like what you're asking me to multiply, I can do the math then, but I need like the physical act of it to make it like a thing, you know? Like I don't know if that makes any sense. Like I cannot do it just mentally in my brain. I need to like physically see it. So me doing math in my head, not the best. But I did enjoy this one. I definitely would recommend it. I think it's not my favorite, but I also am not mad at it. I like the political commentary it had. I do wish it had more of a plot like the first one did, where we had like the trials or something. I feel like something like that would have really added to this and made it a little bit more fun. I feel like the first one was very much a fun, good time. And I do think that this book lost a little of that. I think it's gonna get way more serious as we go, which could be nerve-wracking. It could remind me of the A Court This Cruel and Lovely series. I feel like we kind of did that in that book too, where book one was just like silly, goofy, good time. I had a great time. I was giggling a lot in it, and then as the series went on, it just like got more epic and more serious, which is fine, but I fell in love with the first book for the silly, goofy, good time, and I'm a little worried that the rest of the series is gonna fall into that, where like book one, I fell in love with it for being fun and the rest aren't. So we need a balance, but I'm still excited to see the journey, which is good because I thought I was DNFing the series truly from some of my friends and like things I had heard. I thought this wasn't gonna be for me, but I will continue. And I think we're at a point with my reader DNF series list that I'm happy when I get ones that I am gonna continue, because I am a series lover at my core. I love marathoning series. I love binging series. Like I want to consume a series all at once typically. That's my favorite way to consume it. And so I like that I'm getting down a list that I can really be binging things back to back, and I'm very excited that a lot of these are starting to work more for me. We've gotten rid of a lot of the like duds, so that's really, really working. Okay, we have a new book to pick. I did ask someone new. I actually asked someone this time that I found this year. I found her through my booktuber favorites video when I was scouring the internet trying to get all of the booktuber favorites. Any booktuber that read majority romantasy or like 50%, 40% romantasy, I looked at their favorites list and I made a giant list. I watched like 50 videos and then I read like the most talked about ones, and Jamie was on this list and I read some of her favorites in that video, and that's how I found her channel, and I've really enjoyed her channel since then. So I'll leave her down below, but I'm excited to see what she picks for me. I have no clue. I'm maybe thinking she might go a little more fantasy. Her channel tends to lead a little more fantasy than my channel does these days, so she might pick one of the more fantasy leaning ones, but that's my only kind of prediction.
Hey Cassidy, so I am taking a look at your series list here. Thank you for sending this to me. This is great organization. My first instinct was to actually, this is so rude of me, my first instinct was I saw the Words of Radiance, the second book in the Stormlight archive on here by Brandon Sanderson, and I was like, do I do it? Is this the one that I choose for you? But no, I can't do that. I feel like it would just be so rude of me to thrust like a 1200 plus page book on you. So we're not going to do that. My next instinct was Throne of Glass. I see you've read Heir of Fire, and your next book to read is Queen of Shadows, which is actually my favorite in the series. But I'm not going to choose that one because when I kept scrolling near the end, I saw that you're also in the middle of the Bone Season series, and that's actually a series that I'm also currently reading through. So I noticed your next book to read is The Mask Falling, and that's actually my next book to read in the series. We're kind of synced with that one. So I thought it would just be really fitting to suggest The Mask Falling by Samantha Shannon for you, and maybe we could kind of read it around the same time together. It'd be super fun. So yeah, that is my pick for you, The Mask Falling by Samantha Shannon.
I feel like I manifested this into the existence because like I read the song Rising in this vlog and I had picked Mel thinking she might give it to me because she knew I was obsessed with the series. I did not pick Jamie knowing this, but I should have maybe seen it coming because in her recent vlog, she's doing a like reading down her series list as well. She did read the song Rising recently, but that just like escaped my brain. I did not expect that, but I did say she'd pick more of the fantasy leaning ones, and all three of those choices were fantasy leaning. I'm so excited. As I said just before, I am a girl who loves to binge series, and I literally started this series a week ago. So this was my most recent ad, and I'm very excited to continue continue. I've heard that this is the best one in the series so far. I'm very excited. Well, I haven't actually heard about like the newest one. To the ones that I've gotten to, this is supposed to be like the best one. So mind blown. I manifested this with just like the want to read this. I literally was trying to plan a vlog to go after this where I could read this in it. So perfect. I don't have to do that now because the gift was given to me. Incredible. I can't believe that just happened. I was not expecting that. I'm gonna go read. Oh, my battery's flashing. I'll make this quick because my battery is flashing. But already I understand why everyone is obsessed with this one. The setup is so good. I'm excited to see where this takes us. There's like a heist-ish kind of thing going on, and I love a heist. And I feel like we are back to having more characters. I will say one of the downfalls of the series is the more it goes on, the less I care about the warden, and I think it would have been such a good series if I cared about him a little bit more. Not to say I don't care about him, but he's not like the be all end all for me. Like, I don't really care that much. But the more the series goes on, the more respect I have for Paige as a character and really love her and think that she has gone through so much. I also am loving so far how this book is handling her trauma from everything she went through. It's like equally heartbreaking and heartwarming to watch her deal with all of this, and I like that it doesn't 100% just get glazed over every time. She still is dealing with a lot from what she's been through in the last year or so, not even a year. It's been crazy for her life. So yeah, so far, absolutely obsessed, but I'm only on chapter 5, so I got a ways to go still. I'm literally just curling up to go to bed for the night. My hardcovers did come, and so I'm excited to use a bookmark in it. I'm gonna use my new Patreon bookmark that has like a little library card and a quote. It says, "Between the pages of a book is a lovely place to be." It's so cute. I'm so happy with how this one turned out. My top tier patrons always get a bookmark every month. I send them out bi-monthly, so very excited for them to get this one. It has a pretty blue edge. I don't know if you can see it too. And also just like overall, I'm obsessed with like the way these look. I think they are so pretty. I am 200-ish pages in. I'm vibing very hard with this one. I truly don't actually have a lot of thoughts on it just because I'm having such a good time. I feel like this is everything I wanted from this one. I feel like it's progressing at a really good pace, telling me new things, showing me new people, showing me sides of people we've already seen, getting information while also having more questions, because it's 7 books long. I can't have all the questions answered, but I'm happy that we are finally getting a decent amount of answers. Honestly, I feel like she does a really good job of this in all of these books, where like I get answers to some things, but then I have questions about other things. I just like really like how this is written. I really do, and I am falling more and more in love with all of the characters, even like some of the side characters that we don't even see very often. They have really made a mark on me. Like, I remember this one guy in this one from the first book. I remember he had so little scenes, but I remember those scenes so clearly that I feel like his character was so well done, and that I'm so happy we get more of him in this book. So yeah, I'm enjoying this one. I didn't read as much as I wanted to today because my boyfriend, he streams on Twitch, and he asked me to play some games with him. So we played a little bit of Phasmo, and then we decided to try a new game. Not new for him, but new for me. And a couple of my friends were playing. Monica and Mel, you guys all know them, and then Chris, who's a viewer. It's called Peak, and you have to like climb the mountain together.
Right. Yep, that's a seal flop. Can you stand right on that little...
Yeah, I'm dead.
No, you're good. Oh, Chris fisted your butt and he grabbed you.
Yeah. Where's the carrier dead body?
Wait, is she dead?
She's dead.
Wait, she died already for not even off the ground.
Okay,
I need half my bars.
Jay, I'm gonna toss you this. You gotta turn it on, and once you're healed, you turn it off. Don't lose it, because it's like a good item.
Yeah, this is...
Ready?
did we ever find out what the water does?
It gives you hunger and energy.
Okay.
Ready, Chris?
Yeah.
I just bounced... Oh. Yeah, it's at the bottom left.
no.
That was our missing
Okay,
item.
alright. I'm gonna try to go.
Yeah, you see my wiener? It's up and long. You see that?
So weird. Oh.
Nice and
All I can hear is "see my wieners up and long," and Monica goes, "Oh, it's so weird." I mean,
I was not expecting it to be so much fun, but I giggled and laughed my way through, and I did not want to get off, even though it's 10:30 and I need to curl into bed and read. They all have to go to work in the morning and do their big girl jobs, so they also needed to get off, but I didn't want to get off. I was having a lot of fun, so I will definitely be playing more of that. I might even stream some of it on my Twitch channel, but my boyfriend streams like regularly every single week. If anyone is interested, I can leave his Twitch down below. I'll leave mine as well. But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully read some more more. It's Thursday, so I also need to watch the newest Love Island Beyond the Villa. So I might not actually read some more tonight, but I will read more tomorrow. I'm having a great time. I'm feeling 5 stars, like a 5-star prediction quite easily at halfway. I love that she's like a little spy in this one and we're going on a bunch of missions. It's kind of giving mini trials every mission, so it's really keeping the plot moving forward, and my attention is so grabbed by it. I'm curious like how she's gonna pull it off, what's gonna go wrong every single time. We've also had some introduction to characters that I've liked. There are a lot of characters in this story. There's a lot going on. I really don't have the whole world wrapped in my brain. Like I definitely am not certain how all the magic works and the politics and all of that, I will say. But honestly, when I think about Earth, like what world we're on, there's so much going on at all times. I can't wrap my head around all of that either. So I've kind of just gone with the flow with it, and I think it's easier to do that because it is our world. So yeah, I will say there's a lot. This is not like necessarily the most beginner fantasy. If you are wanting to know literally everything, you're definitely going to be a little confused by a couple things. But really why I'm here to update you is I did submit the last 2 books, A Throne of Ice and something, and caught up for The Magician and 2 of Swords. Caught up, went to 2 of Swords, and Magician went to Throne of Ice and Blood, I think is what it's called. So I do need to pick some more cards. I think I'm gonna pick 3 more. I don't know how many books I'm reading in this vlog, to be honest, but that way I have options. So let's pick 6 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and Death. This is one of my favorite cards in the pack. I don't know, I think it looks so cool. So the 6 of Cups is to read a book that brings you back to a nostalgic time in your life that honestly could be a little hard, especially without control. Really depends what my next one is, but we might be able to switch it, use our little like sword power, and do the 6 of Swords, which is read a book that has a journey, and most books I read have a journey, even though I don't like journeys. The 4 of Swords is to read a book you unapologetically enjoy, something you know is not a literary masterpiece, but you enjoy anyways. Pretty much every romantasy I ever read. And then the Death card is to read a book that explores a transformation, which to be honest I think these do quite a bit, as she's always getting new names as she transforms to her new identity and goes through a bunch of trauma. So I think that these should be doable. I might have to switch out the 6 of Cups for the 6 of Swords, but I could definitely do that. So hopefully whatever's just picked next for me fits one of these really easily. My pile of laundry just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I don't want to do it, but I probably should because it's fallen out. It's just like a mountain over there. Oops, I'm really outing myself here. Also, you can see Theo back here. He's just sleeping on his little pillow. I finished The Mask Falling. That's upside down. I finished this. I think I'm going with a 4-star on this one. Something just kept me back from a 5-star, and I don't know what it was. Potentially it's the lack of old characters. I feel like in this story, every single book we've had to like meet and fall in love with new characters, which does really make sense for the rebellion. But I liked the mime order the best because I liked the like almost found family aspect of that, and I think these ones are kind of missing that. But I did love where the story takes us. I love what it's setting up. I loved the pacing of this. This is probably my second favorite because the mime order is my favorite. I don't know, this and the Bone Season are probably tied in order of the series. I do think that this one is so much better than the song Rising, and I'm just like excited to see where this 5th book goes, and I need to get to it ASAP. I'm definitely excited. I'll pull out my little bookmark. But yes, something just kept me from a 5-star, but like honestly also this ending is wild. These books know how to end. That's for sure. They truly do, and there's always reveals happening. I'm pretty much on the edge of my seat when I read these, but I think that this one had too many moments with just the 2 characters, and because I care less and less about Warden, I get it. Like I think that has me struggling. However, I also think this hits so many good concepts about rebellion in it. Like it really reminds me, people are gonna be really wild with this, it reminds me of the Hunger Games just because of the fact that it's really hitting the truth behind rebellions, the truth behind governments, the truth behind dictatorships, and what that means for the people they don't care about. So that, in a way, they kind of remind me of each other. It's the conversations they're having. They're very similar. Hunger Games is very on the nose. This is definitely, you have to think about. Like Like even some of the stuff just about like blending in and like falsifying records, like how the open world, like the free world is what they call it, how they didn't come to help, like all of that is so insane. And what with what is happening in the world right now, it's intense. So yeah, 4.5 probably. Like I could see this growing to a 5-star with time, but at the end of finishing it, I just didn't have that like 5-star feeling from it. And we read for vibes, but this didn't have that vibe. We have another booktuber to watch a clip from now though. I'm excited for this one, a staple on booktube. For anyone who has been watching a while, you've probably watched her channel. I'm very intrigued with what she will give me. I don't think we have a lot of overlap in our reading, but every once in a while we do have a little bit. And she's just got such a upbeat personality. I'm ready for this. Are you? Let's see what she picks for me.
Hello, Cassidy and friends. I'm Jan from Jan Agaton, if you didn't know. Sorry that I'm on my phone for low quality. Sorry I'm in my car and not cute bookshelves because my dumbass forgot to film and send this to Cassidy when I said I would. Hi. Thank you, Cassidy, first of all, for inviting me on to be part of this project. I'm so honored. And my pick for you is to finish up A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, because oh my god, I'm not a YA thriller girly, but this one I binged the series. I'm also not a series binger, but I binged this within, I don't even know, less than a month. And the last one is bananas. Okay, it's a little bit ridiculous, but it's bananas. You gotta suspend your disbelief because, you know, she's young and whatever, but I loved it. And I hope you do too. Thank you again. Hope you have fun with this one. Okay, bye.
The last book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, isn't that called As Good as Dead? I'm very excited for this one. I have loved this series. It's funny because Jan's just saying, I'm not a YA thriller, I'm not a series binger, and I do love YA thrillers, and I do love to binge series. So we're a little bit of opposites there, but I think that's the fun thing about BookTube. Honestly, I watch a lot of channels for personality, not because of content, and I think that that is so wild and fun to think about how much we just like each other's personalities. Like you're watching someone on the internet because you like them. Like you want to be their friend. At least I want to be everyone's friends. I'm excited for this one. I've heard it's controversial. People either love it or hate it. I can kind of see an aspect of where it will go with the end of the second one, and it might go a lot darker, but I'm okay with that. I like that. I think. We'll see. It might get too bananas for me, but we're reading for vibes. So as long as the vibes are good, high vibe. Let's start this one. I'm very excited. I have the audiobook already. So this was a really good pick. This will finish off a series because I did not say, I'm being really bad at saying this time, that The Mask Falling keeps us at this number. I still have one more book to binge in this series. So does not get our series number down, but we get close to knocking off a series. We're definitely close. We made good progress in this video actually with this series, which was not planned. So I like that people are on my radar. Like they get my brain. They're reading my mind. But A Good Girl's Guide to Murder will knock down a series. It is the final book that I have to read. So that's exciting. I am obsessed with this. I don't know how much I've talked about the fact that before BookTube, before wedding photography, I wanted to be a criminal defense lawyer because our system fails people constantly. And yes, there is the other aspect of it where there are people who deserve the system and to go to jail, but there is so much failure in our system that was something I really wanted to do and I felt like I would make a difference in. Then I learned I hate school and I didn't want to go to law school and I dropped out of university and all of that and I became a wedding photographer and then I became a booktuber. But that was a core part of my life that I wanted to do for a very long time. I had that end goal. And this book is just bringing back all those feelings of why I wanted to be that way. Like why I wanted to be a lawyer, why I wanted to fight for people who deserve a second chance. And I think you see it even in the aspects of the black or white, like the gray area. I too believe in that gray area. So I think it's really interesting to find this character who is going through discovering that gray area in herself and what that means. Because in every other book, she's been very black or white. This person is wrong, this person is right. There is no dirtiness to the story. Like there is no gray area. media. So I think that at the end of the last book and then this book, really figuring out that holy crap, there are things that like I would do if someone did that to me is so realistic. I don't understand. People say this story is unhinged, and currently I'm like, where? Like, does it get more unhinged than this? Because right now I feel like it's a very regular story. I mean, we're exploring what happens when someone goes onto social media, puts their legal public name out there so anyone can find them. What happens with parasocial relationships. We're also discussing how doing the right thing has also ruined other people's lives in her town, and how they don't like her now, and how they could do things to her. Like, it is so real about how we actually work as a society. This is hitting so deep for a YA story too. I think YA thrillers like this, YA like murder, mystery, thriller things hit so hard. They're really showing how the world works. And I'm obsessed. This is incredible. I think this is my favorite one so far. We'll see. I don't know. I'm listening to the audiobook on Audible, and you know, Audible still hasn't gotten their crap together. They still haven't given us percentages. So I'm on chapter 17. So I'm still in part 1. So like, there's a lot of room for it to change. Maybe it does get way more unhinged than it is now, but at this point, I literally want to keep listening at all times. I'm gonna maybe find some cleaning or something to do so that I can listen to this, because like, I'm obsessed. Literally obsessed. It's so good. Wait, I left my plates downstairs. I have a picture of them, so I'll pop them up. The last vlog, if you watched it, me and my partner bought a house together. So now we are obviously furnishing the house and things like that. And I was at IKEA yesterday and I saw these little plates and I had to get them. They're so cute. So I'm very excited to show them off. I'm picturing just like dessert on these. Like, picture a cheesecake on this like green plate. So cute. They're like the little plates, not like the big ones. A salad plate, I think is what they're called. And I think they're to die for. Oh, also at IKEA, I got their poutine for the first time. I normally get their meatball. We eat at IKEA a lot with our family. It's so cheap. I normally get their meatball thing, but I got their poutine and added meatballs to it. And I would have not thought meatballs in poutine would be delicious, but Swedish meatballs in poutine, absolutely delicious. Highly recommend. I mean, I feel like the IKEA meatballs taste a little bit more like a breakfast sausage. That's probably why they worked so well in poutine. So good. I don't know if they have the poutine outside of Canada though. Now that I'm thinking of it, does IKEA in the States have poutine, or is it just a Canadian thing that they have? Ugh, everyone is missing out without their poutine. Poutine is the best creation. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. I've made it to chapter 30 and it did get unhinged and I was here for it. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, what is the rest of the book about to be? Like, I literally have no thoughts. I'm like, wait, what? How do we have 2 hours and 30 minutes left of listening time on 2.6 times speed? What am I about to listen to? You know? I'm a little confuzzled. Let's take these out because I just finished the audiobook. I'm processing my thoughts still. I feel disappointed. I think I really loved that first half, and the second half I struggled with a little bit. I think there's a way that this could have been done that really would have worked for me. I think I missed the like interviews and the mystery element in this one. That is what has kept my like attention so much in these books, is like watching her uncover all these things, like interviewing people, and you get this tidbit and you're guessing who you think did it, who's innocent, things like that. And that's always been so fun for me as I read these. And this one, because of how different it is, I feel like didn't have that element of it, and I think there's a way that we could have had that. And so like, I'm almost mad because this version of the book in my head feels better than the version of the book that I just read almost. I liked the darkness in this one. I don't hate this. I think it'll probably be like a 3. I enjoyed my time. I listened to it pretty quickly, pretty much all today. So like, I did like it, and I think from another character, like a different story, I could have loved this, but I think it was just not what I was expecting, and I don't know if it fully fit our main character, but I also can't say it didn't at the same time, because I understand how someone like her could become someone like this at the end of this. I'm trying to be so vague, but like, if you've read it, I think you'll get it. But truly, I think not having the like interview and the podcast was the downfall for me. I wanted that. That's what I loved about book 1 and 2. So I'm like disappointed by this one, definitely. Although I can appreciate elements of it. I can appreciate the like full circle moments. I can appreciate the tidbits we got from like season 1 of the podcast, like how some of those interviews mattered in this one. I liked that it felt all connected, and I did like the ending closure of this one as well. So like, I liked it, but I think it's my least favorite in the series. You know what, maybe if I hadn't loved the first half so much, because I was like in a high last time I talked to you, being like, well, 2 times ago when I talked to you, being like, oh my god, 5 stars, I'm loving this is incredible. So then I think the turn turn of events to have me disappointed feels like it hits harder. So like I wish that I hadn't been loving it so much at the beginning, because I had a story in my brain and I would have loved that story. And to be honest, I still have a story in my brain. I think that there was a way to make me love this if like she had been almost doing the interview as these things unfolded for us in the background while she was like covering things up on the podcast. I think that would have been cool. I do believe I have another booktuber coming. I'm just waiting for her video still, so I will react to that whenever I get it, and we have another book to read together because I'm done this one and it does get our series list done because I'm done a series. So we have actually, I think for the first time in this episode, gotten down a list, haven't we? What did I read? Song Rising. Oh, Caught Up. No, second time. We did read Caught Up, so we did go down one. So the second time in this episode, we are down a number again, so that feels good. Hopefully my last book will also get me down a number, but we'll see. Are we ready to see what I'm gonna read next? Because I'm also nervous. I am always nervous, but I'm also really excited. The next booktuber I asked was Jency Reads, who is a very new channel to me. I actually recently stumbled across her channel and just started binging it. I love her vibe so much. Like, it's just like a lot of like fun to watch her, I find. New obsession unlocked, and I'm so happy that when a stranger, messaged her on Instagram and said, hey, I'm doing this, she agreed to do it. Sometimes it's weird being a booktuber, trying to connect with other booktubers, because it's a lot of just me messaging people randomly and being like, hi, I like you, please want to be my friend. So let's watch her video and see what she's picked for me. I actually have zero idea what she's going to pick for me.
Hi, hello. First of all, thank you so much for including me in this. I feel so honored. And I actually have two book options for you, just in case you like hate the first one. And the first one is a little selfish on my part, but I would love for you to read A Curse Carved in Bone. I read A Fate Inked in Blood, I think last year, and I remember really enjoying it, but I think just because so much time has passed since I've read that book, I've kind of lost interest in the series. So I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it, see if I should also continue the series. But again, if you don't like that option or someone else has picked it, my second option would be whatever book is next in the Zodiac Academy. That's a series that I've been wanting to read for a really long time. I just keep putting it off. I think because the series is just so massive, it's very intimidating. So I need some motivation.
Do you see what I mean about just like vibe? Like, she's just that girl. I have options. I don't like having options. Oh my god, this is stressful. Selfishly, I would like to pick up the next Zodiac Academy book because I love that series and everyone should read it. It's a lot of fun. It is intimidating, but it's like a CW show and it's just like so much fun. So selfishly, I'm like, I should do that because I'm behind on my binge of it. But also, don't mind that falling down. I'm getting new bookshelves soon. I also feel the same about A Fate Inked in Blood. I gave this book 4 stars. I remember really enjoying it. I have not even bought the second book, and I should have because they're the first print edition with the sprayed edge. I probably should have, because something has not called to me about picking up the second book. So I should do this. I should pick this up. I should be a brave little toaster and read the second book in here. And then at least I'll either finish it, I'll have completed a series, get that number down, or I will DNF it and same thing, I've gotten that number down. I hope I end up liking it. I feel like I have a problem with Daniela Jensen where I think I like all of her stuff, but I never feel gravitated to pick it up. Like, I still have to read the 4th Bridge Kingdom book too, even though I gave book 3 5 stars. There's just something that never calls to me to just like pick her stuff up, but I like them when I do. So I have my fingers crossed that I will like book 2 of this enough that I will finish it, thoroughly enjoy it, give it another 4 stars maybe. I don't think it'll be 5 stars, but you never know. So I think I'm gonna go with this one because it's pushing me to read a series that I probably will not pick up on my own. So thank you so much for this option. I have spent the morning on the IKEA website using their like room builder, trying to figure out what my library is gonna look at the new house. It's really cool actually. You can put like your dimensions of your room in exactly and then just like insert all their items. I just kind of put placeholders in for most things. Like, I know my desk has to go in there. I know I want a reading chair. But I don't have the dimensions absolutely correct because all I have is like the listing dimensions until we actually get possession of the house. I can't like take measurements of anything, but I think the walls with the bookshelves are correct because those are the outside walls. So those are the measurements I have, but I'm very excited. I'm gonna have so much room for books. I need to buy more books, but also I now have a house to afford, so I have to save money. I think what I want to do is start thrifting a little bit. I think my concept for the bookshelves, because I definitely do not have enough books to cover that many bookshelves, is to maybe thrift some like frames and print out art prints and put those in the frames and have like a bunch of frames on my bookshelves a little bit. I do have some pretty special editions, so they can have like their own shelves instead of being like squished onto the shelves with other books and things like that. So like I'm definitely very excited. Right now I'm contemplating colors. I have always wanted white bookshelves, so I probably will get white bookshelves, but I am mourning the loss of the pine bookshelves currently. One, I just think they stand out on BookTube. I feel like when you look at my thumbnails, I definitely have a different aesthetic on my thumbnails than the white bookshelf girlies, which is most of the like the romantasy booktubers. But there's a reason we all love those white ones, and I think I'll be a little bit more airy than I am now. And then I'm like, do I paint my walls green, or is that gonna fuck up like my filming lighting? I don't know. But with white bookshelves, I'd love to have more color in the room, but also the books themselves are colorful. But I don't know. I had a lot of fun planning this room out, and I want to do it to more rooms now, but this is the only room that I have full control of. I am moving in with my boyfriend, so like I would like the house and our space to be something we both love, so every other room has to have like each other involved versus like this is my room, so I can do whatever the frick I want in this room. So I'm definitely excited about that. But I have been listening to the audiobook while I did this, and it took me a bit to get back into the story. I kind of completely forgot what happened in the first one, but I think I've gotten on track now. I think I'm a decent way in. I'm on chapter 13. I think it's so easy to fall back into Daniel L. Jensen's writing for me, and I do love that in the series the Vikings feel like Vikings. Like they are what I think of when I think Vikings, like these gruff men and women with questionable morals doing their right thing that helps them. Like they'll kill, they'll conquer, things like that. Like this is what I think of with Vikings, is like a little bit more rough around the edges type characters, and I do think we get that here, and I really do enjoy that. Like they're going across to each other's lands and killing everybody. That is how I feel like Vikings have been portrayed in the media, and so when something is said to be a Viking story, like that's what I want. But then we also have like the cool gods and things like that as well. Like I do think that there is some really interesting world building. The first one follows our main character, who is a shield maiden. She's been keeping the secret forever because there's like a prophecy that the shield maiden will like win the battle for the king, and so when he finds her, he starts to use her essentially. And we have a little bit of a bodyguard romance in the first one because his son is like told to like protect her and things like that, and we've escalated from the first one, but I still think there's some really cool things about them being unfated. Everyone in this world is fated. There's like strings to the gods are pulling your strings, and then there's certain people that the gods have chosen and they have magic and they're unfated. They can do whatever they want. They can also change the paths of other people since they are unfated. They could save someone's life who was supposed to be fated to die at that moment. They could kill someone early, and I think that that's very an interesting conversation happening within the story about like fate and what can change fate and things like that. I'm unsure about how the romance is going to go in this one. It's a duology, so it has to wrap up in a pretty bow at the end of this. I'm liking it, I'm not loving it. I think I kind of just feel the way I thought I would feel, where like maybe if I had read this so soon after reading the first one, I still would have loved it and been very much in the character's head, but right now it just feels like a good audiobook to do some stuff with. So I have to prep dinner. My mother is on some new meds for her migraines, so she is on like a specific diet essentially, so we're like kind of fending for ourselves this week. So I will be cooking myself food and my father food tonight, so I need to marinate the meat, and then I would like to also go through some more clothes because I still have like 2 loads of laundry that I haven't gone through. I think last vlog I was going through my clothes. As soon as we bought the house, I was like, what can I do to prepare myself? And so I was getting rid of a bunch of clothes because I have far too much clothes. And yes, I'm gonna have a whole house, but I still have too much clothes. So I have another load to go through. So I'm gonna do that, and I don't know what else. I kind of want to watch TV though, but I don't think there's anything on TV to watch right now, so I'm gonna continue listening. And maybe I'll make another room. I really want to go thrifting right now, but I'm stuck in my house still from this stupid road. I put this audiobook on this morning and realized I have no idea what's happening. Oh, a boring book hates to see me coming. I'm DNFing it. I don't care. As I said, I think that if I had read this so quickly after the first one, I probably would care because I remember enjoying the first one quite a bit. But I'm so out of it. I'm so uninvested in the characters. And honestly, there are two kings warring in this one. And I don't remember which one is which. And they're just saying names. And I'm like, which one is that one? There's a lot of names and I don't remember enough characters from the first one to like really care. Like, I'm like, what did they do in the first one? Why am I supposed to care that this person might die right now? I'm really struggling and I was gonna push myself through it and then I was like, Cassidy, we are DNFing this year. We have been DNFing. We've been enjoying DNFing. Why force myself to read this? And I think that's the answer, that this book wasn't worth it, in my opinion. So I'm glad that I read it because I'm glad that it's not just gonna sit on this list forever, because it would have, because there was no point of me where I was picking this up without a push. But I was bored for sure, which kind of sucks. Maybe a reread of the first one would have been good. Now, do I unhaul the first one? I have it signed. You can walk through if you need. I just need like a minute. I have it signed, so do I unhaul it? I don't know. Maybe I keep it. I did like this first one, even though I didn't like the second. But that does put our total down to, I think we're at 30. We went from 38 to 37, 37 to 36. So 35 currently read series is what we're currently at, I believe. That is where we're ending this episode at. We didn't make a big dent in this one, but I read some really exciting books in this one. I loved having booktubers pick, and I think I want to do this concept, this theme again for Reader DNF. I had so much fun with it. So let me know if you had fun with it. Let me know what booktubers you would love to see pick from my list. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video and you'd like to leave me an emoji just to say you were here, leave me an emoji that you think would look nice as a tattoo. Very vague concept. And if you missed out on the previous episodes of Reader DNF, I'll leave the playlist on the screen for you. I will also leave the other series I've constantly been doing on my channel called TBR Swap, because I have a new episode of that coming out in August. And have yourselves an absolutely remarkable day.